issue. We've been looking at the FA bringing in retrospective bans for diving. Your thoughts on that?
No, I'm pleased. I think it's the way forward. I don't think there's any place for it in the game, and you know, the FA doing that is a positive step. It helps the referees as well, which is, you know, we'll soon lose all of that. You know, if they get the bans, or is it a two game ban? I most probably would have fined the players as well and given the money to charities, but you know, it's a step, and it's a good step forward for us.
Is it something you talk to your players about? Is it something you hate to see on the pitch?
Well, I think every manager will say, and every club will say that, you know, it has happened to them. They've been involved where players have fallen over, but it's something that we want to take out of the game. I think it's important that we do. It's a fantastic product, the Premier League, and you know, this will make it even better.
You think this will sort of
it'll help referees as well, which is important.
Moving on to the game then, team news. Any fresh injuries? Anybody returning?
Well, we've got a couple of knocks and bruises from the other day. We'll see what they're like. That'll be last minute stuff, I think. But generally, you know, the majority of them will be okay.
Okay, who's to that?
Yeah, one or two knocks and bruises.
Okay, but potentially.
Yeah, we're hoping that most of them will be okay to travel.
Okay. If I could also talk to you about some of the players you're being linked with at the moment. A couple of names that are popping up: strikers, a Nigerian striker, Henry Onyekuru, also Lucas Alario, Argentinian striker. Either of those two?
No, there's lots of agents throwing lots of players, and obviously enjoying a bit of publicity by throwing the players at different clubs. We've got bucketfuls of suggestions from agents who we should be signing, who we shouldn't be signing, and we'll trawl through it. You know, we spend a lot of money on the recruitment side, on the and there's 4 or 5 people down there who work non-stop, you know, analysing players, analysing leagues, and everything else. So yeah, we'll go through it, and we'll try and get the best we can get.
Have you got a firm idea in your head who your top, you know, target is?
Well, the most important thing is going over to China on Monday and having a meeting with the Chinese and with Mr. Lai and the rest of the owners, and find out exactly what we've got, what their views are, where and how they see the club going forward. That's very, very important. And then having a good discussion about what we think will be available, what we think it cost, and so yeah, it'll be a good couple of days, hopefully.
Would John Terry be somebody you'd be interested in?
The 2 centre forwards you've just mentioned, John Terry, every Tom, Dick and Harry, you can talk about him, but whether we can do the deals, whether the deals are going to be right for us, whether they'll be right for the players. The most important thing is to find out where we are in respect of what we've got to spend, and what, you know, ambitions the club have got to push on.
You're coming into this game on the back of that defeat against Manchester City. What did you take out of that game? What did you think of your performance?
Well, I thought Man City were very good. I thought they were, you know, they deserved to win the game. You know, they were better on the night than what we were. The encouraging thing was last 20-25 minutes we actually kept going, and that's what the team has done all season. The team's been fantastic in respect of never giving up and always giving their best, and they did that. You know, even when City scored the 3rd goal, they kept going. So, you know, we're tough game. We know it'll be a tough game down there, but we're desperate to win the game. You know, I think we're guaranteed a top 10 finish now. So, you know, it'll be nice to go down there and win our last game if we can. But we know Swansea will be trying to do the same.
Just on that Manchester City game, Pep Guardiola was late for his press conference afterwards and said you kept him drinking the wine and chatting. What were you talking about?
I'm not sure I kept him. You know, we looked, and we do look after managers when they come to this football club. Afterwards, you know, they're invited to sit down and have dinner, you know, and a glass of wine. And I think Pep was just returning the compliment. So yeah, we had a good half an hour together.
Talk about any players?
We talked about everything, to be honest, and you know, the things that we talked about is between me and him.
So this game at Swansea, you talked about, you know, really wanting that win. Just how important is it to try and end the season on a positive note?
Yeah, it is. You know, the games that the back end of the games that we've played, of the results have been very disappointing. Apart, you know, maybe one or two games, I think the players have given everything and have been a little bit unfortunate not to get nothing out of games. So it would be nice to go down and finish with a win, and we could still, you know, finish 8th. So, you know, with that win, which would be absolutely fantastic for achievement for this football club, for the players and everybody associated with, you know, with the football side.
And in terms of the job that Paul Clement's done at Swansea, have you been impressed with him, with what he's done there?
Well, I think Paul's done a wonderful job. He was at Derby, had his first taste of it at Derby. It didn't go too well for him. He'll be a better manager because of that. You know, at the time you don't think so, but you learn by experience. Now keeping Swansea up, it'll give him the opportunity and the chance to have a close season, to put together what he wants and what he needs for next year. So I expect them to, you know, to be stronger next year. Yeah, he's done a very, very good job there.